And welcome back, folks. Third period action from the Gordon Rink in Concord, New Hampshire. It's the first game of the day, a full slate of games here on this Sunday afternoon, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And it's the St. Paul School Annual Thanksgiving Boys Varsity Hockey Jamboree. Groton and Tabor will play after this, but the host St. Paul's is up 3-1 on Taft right now. We start this third period with some 4-on-4 action for 26 seconds with Alex Levine and Bobby Morasso in the box for their respective teams, St. Paul's and Taft, respectively. Jack Hepp to his defense partner, Bryson Russell, gets us underway as in across the line is Stadheim in the middle. Here's Hepp leaving it across the backhander. It's stopped by Roberts. It's loose. Owen Sweet was searching for his second goal of the game. Knocked wide there by Sweet's second try. Hepp loads, shoots, rebound, kicked out wide. That was Stadheim standing on the far post, and he couldn't get a piece of it. St. Paul's on the power play now for a minute as Levine's out of the box, and Halliday's on the ice in his place. Russell will come to the near corner with it. Owen Sweet had the first goal of the game. He tipped it in. Cooper Flinton had the next two. St. Paul's had all their goals in the first period. Taft answered with one in the second and had a bit of momentum, but couldn't cash in on that second goal to bring it to a one-goal game. On the wall, reversed here by Sweet. That's Halliday coming near side, just out of the reach of Stadheim. Hepp will hold it at the line. He absorbs a check there. There's Halliday with some space, or he had some space. He's going to go around the goal with it. JT Halliday on the half wall, trying to zip a pass cross ice. Stadheim has to step up to keep it in. Halliday wraps it around the wall. That's Owen Sweet. 13 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Hepp is in deep, the defenseman. He finds Owen Sweet to the line. Halliday jumped over his stick. Can he keep it in? He cannot, and he ended up losing it. Away comes Riccardelli trying to work in on Russell, but good job by Russell to keep those feet moving and keep Riccardelli from breaking in. Back to five-a-side. Both the second and the third period did not start five-a-side. Taft started the second on the power play. Or maybe St. Paul started on the power play? St. Paul started the second period of the power play. Well, it took a while to get back to even strength, and we're back to even strength now for both teams. Oh, we can really get underway here as Molson takes the pass from Tonelli. He'll come in, and Molson on his backhand just shot it wide. Coming in from the line to hold it there is Zach Hahn. He got rocked by Bussey. It'll come back for Cox. Cade Cox watched there by Tonelli. He plays it for Jake Sullivan, and then off the wall for Malcolm Bussey. Bussey to Flinton. This is a 3-on-2 rush. Cooper Flinton right side. Backs it up for Bussey. A one-timer, and he missed wide of the far post. It'll come out for Cox now through traffic. Roberts had to make a save there as nobody got a stick on it and went straight through. Here's Cox again. Nice cut move to the inside. He'll just backhand it to the far corner. Stepping down the wall there is Sullivan. He held it for a moment, but now Taft will break out. Here's Tonelli by himself in the neutral zone. Backhands it in, working on Sullivan now, trying to get around Jake. Cox came in to help out. The defensive pair worked together to see that puck up, although Cox is fouled by Molson. It'll be cleared by St. Paul's. 14:59, and back on it is Ryan Egan, watched there by Schubert. Bounced out to neutral territory by Taft, and then played further here by Fasig. Tristan Fasig by his lonesome. He shoots, stopped by Murphy. The rebound's in the air. It popped up. It comes out to the line, and nobody really knew where that puck was, including Jack Adams at the blue. And it skipped over his stick and out to neutral territory. Murphy made the initial save, just couldn't keep track of that rebound, which was on edge. Close call, and we remain at 3-1. Ryan Egan, nice pass. Here's Cullinan coming in. Cullinan goes in deep, takes the hits, but moves it to Ben Crane. Crane, face-off circle, he rips a drive, and it misses wide of the goal. It was so hard it hit the glass and went all the way around the other side. He had plenty of time to wind that one up from the bottom of the face-off circle in close two. This one's out of his reach, but doesn't make it for icing. Held at the line by Carboni. Sends it through traffic. Stopped by Murphy. Rebound along the goal line. Here's Carboni again. Far side. Worked over by Fourchette. In low now is Cullinan. Spins it back towards the middle. There, waiting for it was Levine. He'll throw it into the back of Sweet, who does the trick to get it out. Crane falls down as he goes off for a change. Does get the puck deep, though, for Taft. Stretch pass, just missed Sweet. He didn't get a stick on it. Icing waved off, though, as Sweet was far enough ahead of the play where he could get ready for that. There's his brother Owen in the slot. Couldn't settle that puck down. Hip through traffic. And alone in front was Malone. He couldn't get a stick on the tip. Now Russell falls down. We got players taking diggers left and right. Hep has time to walk in. He throws it in the shoulders of Roberts, who takes no chances and holds on. Crane went down, and then so did Russell there with the line. Face-off will come to the left of Roberts. To number 8's taking the door, Riccardelli for Taft, and Owen Sweet for St. Paul's, and Owen Sweet wins it. Fighting for it is Richard. He got it to Sweet, trying to play it on for Malone. Malone for Sweet now. They try to play pass, and nobody could really make a reception. That knocked his man down at center ice. Going for a slide again is Riccardelli. If the ice isn't that great here in the third period, it's possible. Russell backing up in his own end. Finds Malone, who finds Sweet, and he's on the right side of the red line to dump that one in. What are they calling here? Too many men? It's the referee, Stewart, on the left side of the play. Are they calling this icing? Oh, they are. I mean, I said he's on the right side of the red line to make that dump in on purpose. He was. I thought he was a stride over the red. Icing the call nonetheless. That's the second time they've made kind of a shocking icing call. Molson jumped the gun, and he got his centerman, Fazig, kicked down to the draw. He'll have to take it himself now. That's the second time they've kind of sprung an icing call on St. Paul's. As a good stick here by Malone. He's hung up, and there'll be an interference call coming. Malone trying to push himself ahead as trying to skate ahead on that free puck after he knocked it off the stick of Max Willard, and he draws the penalty. The St. Paul's will head back to the power play. They're 0 for 2 so far in the game. Interference against Willard. I will finish that thought about the icing. It's the second time that they've sprung an icing call on St. Paul's and then have had to kind of sort out the aftermath of who was on the ice and who wasn't. And kind of surprised everyone. That's in the past now. St. Paul's on the power play. Cox and Sullivan. Sullivan to Cox, top of the left circle, into the middle. Here's Schubert. He got felled as he whistled that one wide along the ice. He's waiting on the boards in front of the Taft bench, and he'll play it below the goal line for Stadheim. Owen Stadheim coming out of the corner. Cade Cox along the wall, back in low. That's Halliday. JT Halliday, cross-ice pass, good saucer there. St. Paul's really working it around now. Sullivan, Cox at the circle. He shoots, he scores! Cade Cox along the ice. And it was a good screen in front by St. Paul's. I'm not sure who had the screen. It might have been Schubert, might have been Halliday, might have been Stadheim. One of the three, it doesn't matter. Roberts did not see a lick of it. And it's 4-1, Big Red. $15 from 4. Not sure who picked up the secondary, but it might have been Stadheim. Yes, it had to have been Stadheim. 15 from 4 and 9 on the play, and St. Paul's gets that 3-goal lead right back, 4-1. Good job by Halliday, too, on the... they were moving the puck around well, but Halliday executed that cross-ice saucer pass that opened the seams and really got the movement going for St. Paul's. It went from Stadheim to Sullivan to Cox, who ends up throwing it through the 5-hole of Roberts. Hold on a sec, we can have a break here, and we will have a break. It's Cullinan right in on goal! And another save by Murphy! That's the third time in a row On the third consecutive breakaway he has stopped here this morning. A great performance from the St. Paul's goaltender, especially on those one-on-ones. Really one-on-ohs. Tap from Flint to Bussey. He's accelerating up the right side. Shot for a rebound. Flint is there. Sends it back to the middle of the ice. But Barrasso was waiting for it. And now he's going to try to lead Cullinan again. But it went off the skate of Bussey. It goes up Bussey again. Right to Cullinan who shoots. And Bussey got in the way of it again. Inadvertent or not, Malcolm Bussey stopping pucks left and right. Flint turned it over as he came inside the blue line. And Barrasso will get it deep into the St. Paul's end. There's Russell. Whew, just barely went over the stick of Molson there. That would have been a tough turnover for St. Paul's. Molson forechecking now as Hep moves it this way. Here's Harrison Sweet, right side, shoots! Rebound was there. Charging towards the middle was his brother Rowan, but just a split second too late. 10-10 to go, and it's a 4-1 game now as Cade Cox has the marker. Played off the wall. Good job by Taft Jackson Cook to keep that puck alive, and he'll push it into the offensive end. Molson worked over there by Hep. Cook comes in to help out. He'll come up the wall. Seibold was looking at it. Nothing much doing there, and now it is Sweet who will play it free across the SPS logo at center. St. Paul's executing a quick change. It's a fire drill over on that bench, or at least it was. They've got that change off now. As coming up ahead with speed is Tonelli. Tonelli trying to drive the net. He's forced wide by Sullivan. Tosses it back to the middle of the ice, but Seibold was there to meet it. He will take his time and then play it up and ahead for Schubert. St. Paul's changing again, so maybe they didn't get the full change off. Schubert pulls and drags this one from the face-off circle. Refs seemed like they wanted to play. They were late on that whistle. And they do blow it dead, though. And an offensive zone draw coming. So, juniors and sophomores. This is a team comprised, if you're talking about St. Paul's, this is a team mostly comprised of juniors and sophomores. 7 juniors, 7 sophomores, 3 freshmen, and 4 seniors make up the 21. So the juniors and sophomores are really the majority, by a lot, too. Almost double. And they have been showing their worth here today. It's juniors and sophomores who've got the goals. Sweet, a junior, and Cox and Flint, they're both sophomores. Real promising for St. Paul's. There's another sophomore, Jake Sullivan, who led up Malone. He's going to hop into the rush as well. Picking up the puck is Max Willard, but it's blown dead before he could do anything. And I think Clayton Malone might have drawn another interference penalty. Maybe it was Sullivan. Oh, Malone had the puck, and so Sullivan was coming down the middle. Willard is going to go off for interference again. And we know what happened there last time. Last power play for St. Paul's at 1 for 3. But the last power play for St. Paul's was the goal by Cox. We'll see if they can do it again. Here is Cox off the face-off. 8:48 to go in the period. Malone playing catch with Cox at the point. He makes a man fall. He's got space to move it and shoot. He missed the goal wide, and it's going to go all the way around and out. Malone was covering Cox at the point, and he's back for the puck first, although he lost it. Centering pass there from Riccardelli, looking for Humane, and instead it ends up being a transition play for St. Paul's. Wristed wide by Schubert. Cox had to accelerate there to get to that puck, and he did, but good back check coming. Either it was a back check by Riccardelli or just Jackson Cook was in the right spot to make a good defensive play. One of the two wristed it down the ice. We couldn't tell. It was either 8 or 6. They looked pretty similar. Paul's nearly coughed it up the blue line. Matter of fact, they did, and Barrasso just hammered it deep. That was on the previous play. It was hammered deep by Taft again. Good kill so far for the Rhinos, with the exception of that last power play. The penalty kill for Taft has been really good. Hep lumbers in. 47 seconds left remaining. It's in the middle for Culver, it looked like. He couldn't get a good handle on it as he tried to sauce one through, and instead it's Bobby Barrasso sending things the other way for Taft. Barrasso, train, levels the man in the corner. 30 seconds left. Not much going for St. Paul's on this man advantage. Holiday swiped at it. No do. Or no go, I should say. Yeah. No do. No do doesn't make much sense. Zach Hahn threw it the length of the ice there. The assistant captain, Stadheim. Holiday threw a pair of legs there and in deep. That's it for the power play. St. Paul's 1 for 4, and Holiday, I think he had more time than he thought, but he just gets the puck deep and he pick it up from Stadheim. He moves it in the middle for Stadheim now. That line, Stadheim, Sweet, and Holiday, they play well below the goal line. Not the biggest of lines, but they can recover pucks and they're speedy. Reversed by Molson, St. Paul's ends up with it. Last second check there on Levine. Knocked him off balance. This will be an offside against Taft and a stoppage with 6:20 to go. So Taft, St. Paul's controlled, didn't really control, it was pretty 50-50 first period, but St. Paul's got most of their goals in the first. And then Taft controlled I'd say about the first 3 quarters of that second period. And it certainly seemed like that was their window to kind of jump back in this game. They got one, and they were really pushing. But St. Paul's clawed their way back. They started to control possession at the end of the second, and that's really played over into this third period. Now 6 minutes to go. Taft in a 3-0 hole. There's Slitton. That was looking for 3. Quick trigger pulled there from the far face-off circle, and there is no rebound for Roberts, although a little bit of jousting after the play. On record, St. Paul's has never beaten Taft at the Jamboree. But the record only goes back the last 2 years. I have recorded, I think, 3 or 4 more times they've played, but I didn't get a result. It's tough to find the results for the preseason games sometimes. So, again, on record, it would be the first win for St. Paul's. I am led to believe that that's not actually true, but it could be. You never know. Clinton walking out of the corner. Oh, rebound popped right towards the middle, and hanging around in the area there was Sweet, it looked like. Couldn't get a stick on it. He's got it below the goal line now. Owen Sweet walking around. Uh-oh, he's tied up at the line. Puck is loose, and it's just deflected to the corner. Good job by Sweet to recover there after he was knocked off balance and nearly lost it in a dangerous area. Taft will find possession now, though Flinton bumps his man. It's a 2-on-2 out to center. Here comes Carboni. He left it off for Cullen at the line. Taft keeps playing, although the whistle happened about 4 or 5 seconds ago. Referee's trying to make sure they heard that one, had to blow it a second or third time. It's an offside at the call after, right? Offside? Maybe not. No, it's a penalty. I'm sorry. I was wondering, I thought Colin was inside the line. I knew something wasn't right there. It is a penalty to Mick Frechette. I did not catch the call. I did not see the penalty. Longtime viewers will know that is kind of my Achilles heel. I mean, believe me, I get a lot of faults, but there's Molson at the faceoff circle. I can never really catch the penalty itself. Faking the slap shot is Cook. He's all tied up, escapes the check of Seibold. He'll settle things back down again. Cook, wrister through traffic, it's loose. The rebound fair, knocked out of the dangerous area between the hashes by Seibold. Going around here is Fazig. Yes, I didn't catch the penalty, but Taft on the power play. Chance to get back in this one. They trail by 3. The cross-seam pass was deflected by Seibold. It makes its way to the middle. Fazig, a backhander. Rather, it was Fazig. And Murphy was there to absorb it. Taft has only had one power play, and it didn't last long. Bobby Barrasso took a penalty shortly thereafter. And it was only about a 90-second penalty, I think. Or 90-second power play before we went to 4-on-4. Quickly sent the length of the ice. By St. Paul's off that face-off. Starting from his own end is Cook. He moves it up the right side. Tonelli will go in. Back Tonelli in the corner. Played it on around for Phasing. The captain on the play. Phasing to Molson. The forward walking the point. Cook. And a good stick there by Richard. The Frenchman on the penalty. And then he gets leveled into the St. Paul's bench. Not fully, but he took a big hit from Cook that sent him over the boards. What a good stick by the freshman. He got that puck free and eventually all the way down the ice. Tonelli hits the line with speed as Taft is right back in. Tonelli stops up. Cook kicks it skate to stick. Molson. In the middle, Richard got a piece of that. Now a shot from the right face-off circle by Tonelli to miss the goal high and wide. Molson finding Tonelli on the far side. 14 seconds left to go. Here's Molson, backdoor, waits and shoots. He missed the goal wide again. He took his time. He didn't really get the pass he would have liked either. Break that down in a minute as a good block there by St. Paul's on the Cook shot. Molson across for Tonelli. They're working that cross-seam pass. Here's Tonelli right to Schubert. Now we'll find him. And here goes Joe Schubert in on a breakaway. Backhander is stopped by Roberts. He hung with them all along. Both goaltenders have been good on the breakaways. Schubert will play this one to the front of the goal and then take a hand to the back of the head there from Jackson Cook. On that play by Molson on the face-off circle, no, we don't have instant replay, but I can tell you that Molson had time on the shot at the face-off circle. Looked like he wanted to one-time it, but he kind of double-clutched, and that allowed time for Charlie Murphy to come from side to side, and Murphy came way out and was really aggressive, cut down the angle, and didn't allow much daylight for Molson, and forced him to put it wide. So good positioning there for Murphy. Although he didn't have to make a save, he certainly played a role in forcing that shot wide. Murphy's been good so far. You mentioned he stopped 3 breakaways. And then again, didn't have to make a save there, but good positioning. I'm no goalie guru, but that's the way I see it. Humane has checked, lost the puck. Halliday played it just inside that line in front of the Taft bench. Max Wood, he found a man. It came off a body, and marching in there was Riccardelli. He could not pull the trigger, though. He's got it in the corner now. Played it to the middle of the ice, but nobody was home in a white jersey. Taft getting a bit chippy now as we enter the dying moments of this one. Shot just wide there by Kovalev. And Taft down 3-3. I remember that happened at the end of, or had a note that Humane is gone, that's for sure. I don't know if you heard the expletive he just shouted at the entire rink. He gets caught for a hook, and that should do him, the 2-minute would do him for the rest of the game. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone from this one anyways. Well, that'll put St. Paul's on the power play for the rest of this one. Hooking is the call, but some unsportsmanlike as well. And into the box to serve that extra penalty is Derek Foskett. Yes, I was going to go there at the end of last year's scrimmage between these two. It got chippy, and that was with St. Paul's down by a wide margin. Taft not down by a wide margin, but they're down by 3. Neither team likes to lose, scrimmage or not. Culver will drive this puck deep. It goes on around. Sullivan had to get on his horse, but he'll seal it at the line. Ran into some trouble there from Molson. Played it on, though, for Flinton. We got 1:10 left in the game. And it's 4-1 St. Paul's. A pass from Flinton to Cox, who both have goals. That'll come outside the line, and the Big Red will have to re-corral. Cox. Culver in deep. Goes off the glove of Ryan Egan, center round. Sullivan is there. Egan gets laid out by Flinton in the far corner. Olsen levels a check on Sullivan, 43 to go. Here's Flynn trying to work out of the corner. He finds Sullivan. Sullivan to Cox, walking in left side. He shoots. Oh, it was a shot pass looking for Bussey on the back door, and it just hopped over his stick. St. Paul's looking for their 5th up on the power play here. Sullivan to Cox. Cox waiting, peels around. He was watched there by Barrasso. Sends it back in deep for Culver. Culver for Bussey. It was tipped out of there by Egan, I believe. And Barrasso will get it free and just knock it out to center ice. 10 seconds left to go. So in the preseason, St. Paul's will move to 2-0. They defeated Wyoming 7-5-0 last Saturday, and they're going to beat Taft 4-1 here. One last shot maybe. Flitton to the middle. A last backhander by Cox, and there is the buzzer. Flitton had 2. Owen Sweet had 1. So did Cade Cox, and St. Paul's rides 3 goals in the first period to a 4-1 victory here on home ice. It was the first game of the Thanksgiving Jamboree. And that's your final score. Hope you'll join us for the second game of the doubleheader for St. Paul's. They battle Groton this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Hope you'll tune in then. But for now, that'll do it for me and us here from Gordon Rink. Final score, St. Paul's 4, Taft 1.